How many times I've been saying to people, stop looking for saviors. Be your own savior. Stop looking for heroes, celebrity heroes especially. That's the worst thing you can do, because then you're completely under the sorcery and spell of trash magic. And be your own hero. And how you do that is a personal archaeology. That's the best way I could describe it. A personal archaeology of yourself. Look into yourself. And instead of saying, Russell Brand, or whoever it is this week, looks like Johnny Depp is being kind of lined up as your next savior. Or whatever, Matt Damon, whatever celebrity the trash magicians have given you to put all your hopes in this week or this month, this year. Instead of waiting for the next one to come along, you start to ask yourself, why do I have these needs inside me? Why, when somebody shares a meme on Facebook or elsewhere saying a special date is coming where things will happen and change, do you lock onto that date in the hope that it changes for you rather than starting the change now? It's just like when we indulge at Christmas and Easter and whatever, and we all have sweets and chocolate and beer, right? And we'll say, on New Year's Day, I'm going to go back to dieting, eating good, eating just fresh fruits. I mean, you never do. You never do. That's because you should have started when you had thought and you had that moment. So it's a personal archaeology that's required here. Going inside yourself, and not in a critical or vicious way, sitting there going, oh, I'm just a bad person, oh, I'm just a terrible things, or going in there going, I'm just a wonderful person, I love everyone. Going in there and examining it like an archaeologist, free from too much emotion. Just the simple act of doing that, the simple act of going in this personal archaeology, just the act of doing it, that moment that you actually undertake it, you're beginning to create your own mythology. What Carl Jung, James Joyce, others call the monomyth. The monomyth. The function of myth is humans look for the meaning. You're looking for the meaning. That's myth is not like, we live in an age where people think that myth is like something that isn't true, and that pisses me off, because myth is the most clear and powerful realization of the truth we can possibly ever encounter. That's what myth is. Myth is the ultimate truth because it's the meaning behind the syntax. It is the fundamental structure of absolute truism behind the narrative. That's what myth is. And just like the word anarchy, myth has been corrupted to believe that myth is just a story with no basis in truth. It's just an urban myth. You see how they fuck with the language? Myth is the highest truth of all. Well, yeah, we never see the myths in our own life, ever. By that, the monomyth, what we see is the myths, what we see in other people's mythologies. I just showed you the mythology of Charles Saatchi and Nigella Lawson. There are other people. You never see the mythology in yourself when you do that. Constantly externalizing, constantly being pushed outward, away from yourself, away from the source.